Congress today heard alarming stories about the out-of-control violence on the border with Mexico. Also, the terror threat facing this nation from our border crisis. House members held a border security hearing in Laredo, Texas, just across the border from lawless Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. Now, Casey Wine is live in Laredo, Texas with the story. Casey?
Kitty, anyone who remains unconvinced that our nation's broken borders increase the likelihood of a terrorist attack on U.S. soil should be convinced now.
A second day of hearings called by Republicans in the House to promote their border security first approach to immigration reform produced startling testimony about the connection between terrorism and our porous southern border.
How concerned are you about the drug cartels and smuggling networks and the possible link to terrorism should someone come up with the cold hard cash to pay those networks?
We're very concerned.
Reynaldo Garza is chief of the Border Patrol's Laredo sector. He says 20,000 Border Patrol agents, nearly double the current force, are needed nationwide.
Despite the progress we have made, we do not yet have control of our border.
Lawmakers released a nonpartisan Congressional Research Service report dated last week documenting a fourfold increase in apprehensions of non-Mexican illegal aliens on the southern border since 2002. The report concludes that stunning rise increases the chances a terrorist will slip through the Border Patrol's grasp.
The FBI has testified to Congress that individuals from countries where Al-Qaeda is operational are changing their Islamic surnames to Hispanic surnames.
Democrats on the committee were unconvinced.
This is America, and what America is best at is not scapegoating innocent human beings who simply want.
We are fighting terrorists halfway across the world. We ought to protect our own border. It's a national security issue to protect our borders from those who wish to do us harm.
In addition to the terrorist threat, witnesses told several stories of Mexican drug cartel violence spilling across the U.S. border.
Last Saturday, a detention officer of the Starr County Sheriff's Office, 100 miles southeast of here, went to Mexico to visit his girlfriend. He was reported missing the next day on July 2nd. On July 3rd, his body was found close to Monterrey, Mexico, had been brutally tortured, had been brutally beaten, hands were tied behind his back, his eyes were bandaged, he had been shot behind the back of the head, bullet exiting in the forehead.
Gonzalez testified that at the officer's funeral 2 days ago, one of the mourners was kidnapped, allegedly by a Mexican illegal alien already suspected in another U.S. murder case.
Now, if that's not enough to persuade lawmakers to get together and come up with legislation to secure our borders once and for all, it's hard to imagine what would be enough, Kitty.
Absolutely horrifying stuff. Thanks very much, Casey Wine. Well, Webb County Sheriff Rick Flores gave Congress a first-hand account of this nation's border wars today, and he warned Congress about the terror threat facing the nation from our broken border crisis. He will be the guest later in the broadcast. New York State won a significant victory today in its efforts to deny driver's licenses to illegal aliens. A New York State appeals court ruled that New York has the right to force people to prove they are in the United States legally before they receive a driver's license. Now, this decision reverses a lower court ruling that said New York cannot deny driver's licenses to illegal aliens. Now, 14 states still allow illegal aliens to have driver's licenses.